This is the Padua Podcast Network. Today we're going to talk about the DASH diet. This diet can save your life, so stay tuned. Running a Fever, episode 255, DASH. This diet can save your life. The DASH diet can save your life literally. High blood pressure is the leading preventable cause of death. 54% of strokes and 47% of heart attacks are caused by it. And the DASH diet is clinically proven to decrease blood pressure and help keep you alive. Now, I first mentioned the DASH diet in episode 237, which is about the kind of diet that can help prevent dementia. You can find it at runningafever.com/237. I mentioned it because it is part of the MIND diet, which is another acronym. It's an acronym within an acronym. So MIND stands for Mediterranean Dash Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. The DASH diet is designed to help people with hypertension. To say that hypertension is common is a gross understatement. Half of all adults in the United States suffer from it, and 30% of the world's adult population have high blood pressure. One article published by the National Institutes of Health calls it the leading preventable cause of death in the world. It can be controlled by medication, diet, and exercise. Get an annual checkup and ask your doctor if you need medication. Blood pressure is measured in millimeters of mercury. It is represented by two numbers separated by a slash or a line. The top number is systolic blood pressure. The bottom number is diastolic. If your systolic blood pressure is higher than 140 and your diastolic is higher than 90, or both, you have high blood pressure. Proponents of the DASH diet believe it is a good step in controlling hypertension. DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, and the diet is rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and low-fat dairy foods. A study was commissioned in 1992 and carried out by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, NHLBI. It was the largest study of dietary effects on blood pressure to that time and included 479 patients. The study found that compared to a typical American diet, DASH lowered blood pressure by 5.5 and 3.3 systolic and diastolic overall. For people with high blood pressure, the results were dramatic, 11.4 and 5.5. Okay, so this is the difference. If you heard the numbers I said before, could easily be the difference between having high blood pressure and not having high blood pressure. Okay, so it's important. And it works. What exactly does this diet consist of? Well, first of all, this is not a fad diet, and it's not what I call a no diet, one that just tells you what not to eat. The DASH diet tells you good things to eat, and there are a bunch of recipes available from NIH, NHLBI, and elsewhere. In fact, a search at runningafever.com/Amazon for DASH diet came back with over 1,000 results. So, based on a 2,000-calorie diet, DASH calls for 6 to 8 servings of whole grains, 4 to 5 servings of fruits, 4 to 5 servings of vegetables, 2 to 3 servings of low-fat dairy foods, 2 to 3 servings of fats and oils, 2 or fewer servings of meat, poultry, or fish. Also, you should have no more than 4 to 5 servings of nuts, seeds, or dry beans per week, and a maximum of 5 servings of sweets and foods with added sugars. So all this is just kind of like reading a textbook. What does a typical DASH meal day look like? For breakfast, a typical DASH breakfast would be 3/4 cup bran flakes cereal with 1 cup low-fat milk, 1 medium banana, 1 slice of whole wheat bread with 1 teaspoon of margarine, and 1 cup of orange juice. And then for lunch, you can have a chicken salad sandwich on whole wheat bread, a salad with cucumber, tomato, sunflower seeds, and Italian dressing, fruit cocktail, and juice. And for supper, roast beef with fat-free beef gravy, green beans sautéed with canola oil, baked potato with fat-free sour cream, reduced fat cheddar cheese, and chopped scallions, a whole wheat roll with margarine, an apple, and low-fat milk. And for snacks throughout the day, you can have almonds, raisins, or fat-free, no-sugar-added yogurt. This came from the National Institutes of Health free ebook. But as I said, this diet has been around for almost 30 years, and there are thousands of recipe books out there. Wow. So, can I do this? I think so. I already eat whole wheat bread, buns, and crackers. Have for a long time. I have quite a bit of fruit in my diet, though it's mostly citrus. I have to look at the fine print to see what kinds of fruits and veggies are better. I eat light yogurt. I love salads. I just started eating them again after almost a year of COVID madness. And I personally think that Smart Balance is better than margarine. And that's one thing that's kind of come about since 1992. So margarine, I believe, contains about as much fat as butter, the difference being that margarine is based on plant oil. So is Smart Balance. In fact, olive oil is the kind that I use. But Smart Balance, well, it might technically be margarine. Don't take any of this for accurate, but it's just off the top of my head. Smart Balance has fewer calories than butter and contains the good kind of fat, though, of course, it's still fat. That's the only buttery spread I use now. So I'm not far off. I like baked potatoes and tomatoes and lettuce, maybe broccoli. So, yeah, I actually eat broccoli with my stir-fried stuff. So I'm pretty close, I think. I do have hypertension, and I take medication for it. But I'm always looking for a way to reduce or get rid of medication if it's safe to do so. Lots of references, including links to the menu I outlined and more, all found at runningafever.com/255. Save your life. Check out the DASH diet. It can help you live a long, healthy, happy, active life right up to the very end. And that's what Running a Fever is all about. So, if you got the fever, keep it. If you don't, catch it. And I will talk to you next time on Running a Fever.